Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something many of us wrestle with: overthinking. Our mission is to really understand it and, find ways to break free. And our main source today, Break Free from Overthinking, has this really powerful idea. It frames overthinking not as like who you are, but as a pattern, something you can actually change.
Exactly. A pattern we can reprogram, and it draws on science-backed stuff, daily habits, and tools from psychology, especially CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy.
Right, CBT, which helps us see and sort of reshape those unhelpful thoughts. It often feels like our mind's just running wild, doesn't it? Like we are our thoughts.
That's a really common feeling, but this approach highlights something crucial.
Okay, let's unpack this. We're looking at how your habits, your body, and your environment all influence your mental state, not just the thoughts themselves.
Precisely. That's the core of understanding the overthinking loop. Your brain gets stuck, constantly analyzing, imagining the worst, replaying things.
Yeah, that loop, it's exhausting.
It is. And according to CBT, it's not just the internal thoughts. It's also fed by our habits, our physical state, even where we are.
So the goal isn't like stop thinking.
Yeah.
Because that feels impossible.
No, absolutely not. It's more about introducing new inputs.
Yeah.
Deliberate daily inputs that disrupt that loop. Give your brain something else to work with.
Okay, that makes so much sense. Seeing it as a pattern, we can nudge, we can influence. So practically speaking, how does the source say we do that? How do we disrupt it?
Well, it boils down to three surprisingly simple and accessible daily habits, things you can start like today.
Simple is good.
Right.
Okay, let's get into habit 1, 2-minute clarity journaling. This sounds interesting. Overthinking on paper.
Yeah, instead of letting it just rattle around in your head. The trick is really simple. Each morning, ask yourself one single clarity question.
This one, like what?
Like, what's one thing I can actually control today? Or maybe, what am I assuming right now without any real evidence? Something focused.
Okay, and then you just write.
For 2 minutes, that's it.
2 minutes. That's very specific.
It is, and that's the point. It gives your mind immediate structure, a defined task. Instead of that aimless wandering or verse falling into the usual negative spiral.
You're giving it a job to do.
Exactly. A focused job. It kind of short circuits the spiral before it gets going, sets an intentional tone right at the start of the day.
Yeah.
You lead the thoughts.
I like that, leading the thoughts. Okay, so you start with that structured thought on paper. What's next? This involves the body, right?
Habit 2. Move before you think.
Move before you think. What does that mean exactly?
It means before you grab your phone, before you dive into emails or news, move your body. Even just for, say, 5 minutes.
Like a walk or stretches.
Yeah, a short walk, some simple stretches, even just shaking your arms and legs to release tension. Anything to get the body moving first.
Okay, why? What's the mechanism there?
Well, what's fascinating here is it helps reset your nervous system. Overthinking often keeps us in a low-grade stress state, kind of stuck. Movement sends a different signal.
A signal from the body to the brain.
Precisely. Your brain follows your body's signals. A still, tense body often leads to a stuck, looping mind. But a moving body encourages a more flowing mind. It physically stops you starting the day entirely in your head.
That makes sense. Anchoring yourself in the physical first. It sounds almost too simple, but yeah, how often do we just roll over and grab the phone?
Right. It's about taking back that first moment, choosing where your attention goes.
Okay, so we've got journaling for structure, movement for grounding. What's habit 3? This one tackles how we relate to the thoughts themselves.
Yes. It's talk to yourself, don't listen blindly.
Because when we overthink, we tend to just accept every anxious thought as like absolutely fact.
Exactly. We listen passively. This habit is about shifting that. It draws on that CBT idea of actively challenging your thoughts.
Okay, so how does that look in practice?
Well, it raises an important question about actively leading your internal dialogue, not just receiving it. So when you catch that familiar spiral, like, what if this all goes terribly wrong?
Yeah, the classic.
Instead of just letting that run, you consciously shift the question. You could ask yourself, okay, what if I'm actually underestimating my ability to handle this? Or what's a more balanced way to look at this?
So you're changing the inner conversation.
You're changing the tone from critic to coach, maybe. Or just from passive worrier to active questioner. Reframing it.
Right. So these 3 things together, the journaling, the movement, the self-talk.
Thank you.